go to File, Open, go to your USB drive, Toolbox, find the Clone Tool folder, and open up the bridge.jpg picture. Now, in your toolbox, find and click the Clone Tool, and read page 22 of your handout and change the tool options to the settings they recommend. For mode, select behind. For the brush, choose hardness 0.75. Click this button here, and it should be this one. Okay, and that's hardness 0.75. For the size, you can click the up arrows, or you can drag the slider until you get approximately 200. Okay. And for the fade, scroll down a bit. You may not see it until you click this plus arrow, and that opens up more options. This button here opens and closes some dynamic options. Set the fade to 0. Right now it's at 100, but if I click and drag to the left, or I use the down arrow here, I can go down to 0. Scroll down a bit further, make sure the image bubble is clicked, and then check off the sample merged button. Later on in the course, feel free to try different size brushes and settings, but once we've changed the settings to the recommended settings on page 22, when I move the clone tool over my picture, you'll notice that the brush is quite large. It's a round circular brush. It's 200 pixels in size, and it covers quite a large area. Now, when you click with the mouse, nothing will happen. You actually have to press and hold the control key down, and then you left click. And then you let go of the control key. By holding down the control key and left clicking, you have sampled that area inside the circle. Now I'm going to move my mouse over a little bit, and I'll press the left mouse, and that will apply a clone of that area that I've sampled. Watch. I'll click right here, and you see the grasses that I had sampled here now have been copied and cloned into this area. I can move this around a little bit, click again, and you can see that I am cloning that area there. Here, let me try another area. I'll move over here, press the control key, left click to sample, and then I'll move a little bit over here, left click, and left click again. Now, the problem with the clone tool is it will keep on applying whatever I sampled. So if I kept on left clicking, I'm basically going to clone that entire area and apply it throughout this area here. I'm going to go edit, undo, and change it back to what it was earlier. But what that tells you about the clone tool is that you're going to want to sample areas a little bit at a time while applying it. You don't want to necessarily apply the same clone to each area. I might want to sample this here, and then click here and here. Okay. you can see here that it's quite obvious that I've cloned it because I've got two of the same shape here. And the trick to using the clone tool is you're going to have to experiment with where and how you click areas so that you make fairly realistic um, applications of the clone. For example, if I click and sample this branch here, and then I click and apply it here, that doesn't make any sense at all because this branch now looks like it's floating above the bridge and it doesn't look realistic at all. Okay, so you're going to need to experiment with that tool, and I even suggest that maybe you can, after you've done a little bit, you can change the size of the brush and clone smaller areas and see what kind of effect you get. Control, sample. Okay. You can, by carefully applying it, you might get fairly realistic applications of the clone, but you're going to have to practice this and get the hang of using the clone tool to be most effective with it.